Welcome to Tile Choices Podcast, the podcast where tile meets creativity and craftsmanship. Hosted by Bruno and Maria, we're diving into the world of tile, from the latest design trends and must-know installation tips to product insights and real-world experiences. Whether you're a DIYer, interior designer, or seasoned contractor, there's something here for everyone who loves transforming spaces one tile at a time. So grab your coffee, put on your headphones, and let's talk tile. Because at Tile Choices, it's more than a surface, it's a statement.
All right, ciao everybody. Welcome back to Tile Choices. It's Bruno here, and I've got Maria with me.
Good morning, Bruno. Good morning, everyone.
Today we're getting straight into one question I hear a lot. Why are my tiles cracking? It's a terrible surprise to see cracks on a new floor. Imagine you step in, floor is shining, looks perfect. Then, a little line shows up across the kitchen. Maria, it's not always the tile, right?
Not at all. People always want to blame cheap tiles, but honestly, 9 times out of 10, it's an issue below the surface. I actually had a client in Brooklyn, amazing modern backsplash, big bold tile, and 3 months later, crack running right under the window. She was convinced it was the budget tile, but turns out her window leaked and the wall kept shifting as the seasons changed. Those cracks follow movement, not necessarily bad tile.
Exactly. The most common root causes, it's the base, the substrate, getting it flat and stable. Subfloor moves, tiles crack. If you try to tile on a bumpy concrete or some old plywood, forget about it, gonna crack eventually. Even the best tile in the world will crack if the floor moves too much, especially with heavy furniture or appliances pressing down in one spot.
And let's not skip over installation mistakes. My pet peeve, honestly. People skimp on thin set, don't back butter their large tiles, or even use the wrong trowel size. Think about it. If you don't have full coverage under each tile, you get voids, little empty air pockets. Once you walk on it, pressure doesn't spread evenly. The tile snaps or pops.
And then you add in, say, temperature changes, especially in places with winter and hot summers. Tiles expand, they contract. Without the right expansion joints, stress builds at the edges, and bam, there goes another crack line. You even see this on outside patios or sunrooms, where freeze-thaw makes the ground shift a little more.
And I gotta bring up bad material myths. It's so easy to blame cheap tiles, but most tiles out there meet solid quality standards. Actual manufacturer defects are rare. What you do see is folks buying indoor tile for outside or trying to use wall tile on a floor. Then yes, those do crack more easily, but that's not about price. That's about using the wrong tile in the wrong place. I always say tile is like glass. If your foundation moves, the tile will too.
So now you got some cracks showing, or maybe you want to get ahead of it. There are red flags you can spot during and right after installation. You know, if you tap and you get that hollow sound under a tile, that's bad. Not just annoying, it means there's not good coverage under there, so it's vulnerable.
Absolutely. Or keep an eye on grout joints. If they look uneven or you see teeny hairline cracks, that's an early sign of movement underneath. Another one, loose corners or those tiles where it just doesn't feel like it's glued down when you step. Homeowners can check easily. Just a wooden spoon or the handle of a screwdriver, gentle tap-tap across the floor. Listen for a dull thud, that's where it's likely to crack next.
This remind me, back in Rome, I did a job for a couple in Trastevere. Beautiful old apartment with new tiles. Winter comes, they start hearing pop-pop noises in the kitchen. They ignored it, and a month later, entire line of tiles lifts and cracks right by the radiator. Those sounds, it's like the house is telling you, fix me before it's too late.
And honestly, most folks walk over those little noises for weeks before even checking. You spot hairline cracks, hollow sounds, or loose tiles early enough, you might just save yourself from a full demo job and all that dust. I always say, don't ignore those red flags. They're warnings, not annoyances. So let's go into prevention. My favorite part, good prep is half the battle. Leveling compounds, cement backer boards, or decoupling membranes, they make a world of difference, especially in older homes where the subfloor is not perfect. The goal, stable, flat, and ready for the tile to float a bit rather than snap from stress.
Right. And thin set. Don't just grab any old bag off the shelf. You want the right adhesive for your tile and area. Wet areas need one type, large tiles might need another. And in big open rooms, always add expansion joints. Even if it doesn't look pretty, a little flexible cork along a wall or doorway can absorb movement and stop those cracks from marching across the room.
It's also about knowing when you can spot fix versus when you have to start over. I had this family in Queens with a cracked entryway tile. They thought the whole floor was doomed, but after checking, it was just 2 loose tiles where the substrate dipped. We lifted those, patched the crack underneath, reset with proper thin set, and boom, floor saved, no full replacement. But if there were big hollow areas or a moving subfloor, gotta bite the bullet and redo it right, or you're just buying time before another crack appears.
Yeah, sometimes it's better fix the root, not just cover the problem. In the end, invest a little more in prep and you'll avoid a lot of headaches later. And never skip the manufacturer instructions. I know is boring, but it can save your job.
Speaking of investing, never skip on materials or the person who's installing your tile, folks. Quality tiles are tested for durability, water absorption, and load. Look for proper ratings and certifications, especially in high traffic or wet zones. And as we said in episode 7, quality ceramic and porcelain matter for performance, not just looks.
And amici, don't be shy about calling a pro. Experienced licensed installers know the tricks, what thin set works best, how to lay out large tiles, when to use a decoupling membrane, all those things. DIY is great, but if you're not confident or it's a tricky job with possible movement, hire someone with good references. Bad installation costs you double in the end.
Plus, once it's done, regular maintenance matters too. Inspect grout lines, check for discoloration or loose tiles, and catch those problems before they get bigger. Just like we talked about with swimming pool tiles, prevention keeps your investment looking good and safe for longer.
And Maria, especially in kitchens and bathrooms, yeah? Moisture is the enemy. A little inspection once in a while, you save a lot of money. Keep those expansion joints clear. Don't let water sneak under the tile, and, if anything doesn't feel right, call someone early, not when you're seeing cracks everywhere.
All right, let's finish strong. Actually choosing the right tile and keeping it in shape. Porcelain's fantastic for durability, places like kitchens or outside where you need something robust. Ceramic is great for wall features or places where style is just as key as strength. Natural stone, gorgeous, but needs extra care, sealing, and gentle cleaning.
You got to check if the tile meets certifications. Good PEI rating for floors, breaking strength for heavy use areas, no shortcuts. For bathrooms, look for water resistance, outside frost resistance. Match the tile to the location or you're asking for trouble, trust me.
And don't kill your tile with harsh chemicals. For natural stone, only pH-neutral cleaners, even ceramic or porcelain. Avoid bleach or anything that eats away at grout. Instead, regular, gentle cleaning plus quick spot repairs makes a huge difference. Oh, and don't forget, schedule those periodic inspections, especially in moisture-prone areas like we always say. If grout starts looking weird or a tile feels loose, jump on it fast.
For sure. Crack prevention is a marathon, not a sprint. Pick the right tile for the job, respect the details, and those floors and walls will still be gorgeous years from now.
All right, friends, that's our episode on fighting tile cracks, common causes, what to watch for, and how to keep your tiled spaces crack-free. If you're listening, do yourself a favor, check your floors this week, and if you spot a red flag, ask your installer or give us a call before it becomes a mess.
Grazie for joining us. Next time we'll have more stories, more tips, and some answers to your questions, so send those in. Maria, always a pleasure to argue tiles with you.
Always a pleasure, Bruno. Thanks everyone for listening. See you on the next Tile Choices.
Thanks for tuning in to Tile Choices Podcast, your go-to podcast for everything tile. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with your fellow tile lovers. Got questions or a topic you'd like Bruno and Maria to cover? Visit us at tilechoices.com or connect with us on social media. Until next time, keep designing, keep dreaming, and remember, great spaces start from the ground up, one tile at a time.